We've known about this for weeks, but we finally got confirmation this morning. The Nintendo Switch Lite is real, offering an entry-level version of the Switch for $200 without some of the features that have come to define Nintendo's blockbuster handheld. Console players might have missed this to some degree, but Nintendo is very fond of constant hardware updates for its portable line, to which the Switch now belongs. Consider such gems as the new 2DS XL, and so on. This is the first update to the Switch, however, so let's get into what differentiates it from Switch Prime. Let's start with the first, most important question: does it switch? Nintendo Switch, yes. Switch Lite, no. This is arguably the biggest difference between the Switch and the Switch Lite. The Switch is named that way because it switches between docked, handheld and tabletop modes. The Switch title is residual for the Switch Lite. It is a handheld console and a handheld console only. It's possible we might see some homebrew solutions once the thing is released, but from an official standpoint, the Switch Lite does not switch. Price: the Switch Lite will come with an MSRP of $199, significantly lower than the Switch's MSRP of $299. Joy-Cons: one of the defining features of the Switch is the Joy-Cons, which you can detach from the side to use as their own controllers, either together or on their own. This isn't the case with the Switch Lite. It will still be compatible with other Joy-Cons, but the sides are permanently attached. They also don't support 3D rumble. Size: the Switch Lite will be significantly smaller than the Switch, which is either a plus or minus depending on the size of your pockets and whether or not you carry a purse around. It's more comparable to a 3DS than a Switch, and a Twitter user made a handy comparison of all. So I made a graphic to give you an idea of the size of the Switch Lite compared to its current brethren. Basically, it's around the height of a closed-up new 3DS XL and around the width of a Nintendo Switch. Games: by and large, the Switch Lite and the Switch will play the same games. But the library won't be exactly the same. Any game that doesn't support handheld mode won't work, like Super Mario Party. And any game that makes use of motion controls will be either difficult or impossible, depending. You won't be able to get all the moons in Super Mario Odyssey. And that's the bulk of the differences here. The Switch Lite is a cheaper, more accessible version of the Switch that makes some compromises for a smaller size and a lower price point. Sounds great, to be honest.